Denver's toughest cop is Katie Coltrane.
I'm back.
And now she's getting a new partner. His name is Teddy.
Hit me. It's a dinosaur.
You two solve this case together.
Oh, what? It's a dinosaur.
New partner, Coltrane?
He's got the style.
I'm here for a new look.
Step right up.
Push the button.
He's a cop.
Mahalo!
You gotta make him look like a real cop.
I'm too sexy for my clothes.
That thing at the table just clacked at me.
He's got horns for you. It's very normal.
He's got the charm.
Hey!
Your mind's shut down and your glands have taken over.
And he's got the appetite
You cannot eat our only suspect.
to come out
Yes.
on top.
I'm amazing.
New Line Cinema presents
Hey, you think you're gonna get somebody?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Can you just slide your butt? Yeah, that's great.
Like that?
And introducing
Ooh, doggy!
Teddy.
Sweets. One a customer.
Theodore Rex. It's a tale you'll never forget.
I love when he does that.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Podcast in Crime. My name is Kleve,
My name is Michael.
and this is brought to you by Friendship Supreme. Today's episode is about a buddy cop movie
One of the best.
that's been lost in time, if you will.
Ooh.
Imagine Jurassic Park meets
You gave it so much credit. Not Dinosaur the sitcom?
Time Cop?
Dinosaur the sitcom meets Judge Dredd.
All right, that's fair, too. The city was really dungy, wasn't it? We're talking everybody's second favorite Theodore. Maybe
Their
third.
first. Teddy Ruxpin?
Roosevelt?
Oh, Theodore Roosevelt. That's fair. Teddy Ruxpin's one of my favorite Theodores.
Okay. What about the chipmunk?
Oh, I don't like that chipmunk, though.
All right. Well, everybody's third. Theodore Rex, which I did not realize for us in the States was a straight to DVD release or video
Thank God.
because this was 1995.
Where else who had to see it in theaters?
Who had to see it in
Everywhere else?
theaters? It was Germany, Spain, France, Japan, Portugal, the UK, and poor South Africa.
No, they probably thought it was really good. They were like, yeah, we're gonna see this.
There's no way.
This is the time when Whoopi was popular. By the way, so Whoopi Goldberg and the guy, I had all this pulled up and I have since minimized it.
You're talking about Theodore?
Yeah, who
George
plays him?
Newbern.
Is it someone popular? Like he
George
plays other
Newbern.
George Newbern. Thank you.
I don't know I don't know him. Well, I don't know him personally, but I don't know, I don't recognize him when I see the name. He's done other voiceover work. He was in Father of the Bride
I think he's done big
and
voice work.
Scandal. He was Superman, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was. He was Superman.
He was
And,
Superman in
everything.
Justice League. Well, yeah.
All the cartoon versions of Superman and Injustice. That's a big deal.
Sure.
He was on Friends once, I think.
Who wasn't? A black person.
Fair.
Continue.
Yikes. Not gonna go down that road.
There was one.
No, but I mean, he's done voices. He's
Mhm.
Kevin Conroy's a big deal. If you hear Kevin Conroy's name, we just don't like Superman. So who gives a shit about this guy?
Right.
Um,
Carol Kane was in it.
she was in it. She was the wife.
No.
Or
Molly
Molly
Rex.
Not the
Who
wife,
was
but
the
love
wife.
interest.
Right. Oh, yeah, right.
Well,
It wasn't
the-
actually. Because I
The
know
weird
the story
love
now.
interest we had to cram in. Oh, God, I hated her so much in this.
Nah, man, you loved it.
The way it was all just. Oh.
You know
It
who else
was-
was in it?
What? Who?
Shaft. The original Shaft.
Really?
Yeah, he was the commissioner.
Mm.
Commissioner Lynch. And I was like, I hate you. How do you do Shaft and this? How's that on your resume?
So this is when like Whoopi Goldberg was a big deal though. Like she was in movies at this time.
Mm-hmm. She's got a CBS show. I don't know. Whatever.
But the premise of this movie is that dinosaurs have been brought back, and there's this scientist that's also going to bring back other endangered species. And this dinosaur's always wanted to be a cop.
Detective? He's already a cop. He wants to be a detective.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He wants to be a detective. He's already, as it is, he's already the token cop. And he wants to be a detective, and they think it's going to be the greatest publicity stunt ever by making him a detective and partnering up with a hot-headed partner who's also got robot. Like, they didn't need to add that, by the way. It was like, we're in the future, so she's got some fucking like biotech,
cybernetic. Yeah.
He's like, so you got? He goes, you're a gun. You got biotech.
What?
Yeah. Everybody has biotech, and then it like just malfunctioned the one time she was like, I need it, and it was just a communication thing. So she just needed a walkie-talkie.
My favorite part is the fact that elephants aren't available. They're like extinct, and so are other normal animals. But we've already brought back dinosaurs, and we didn't bring them back like the actual dinosaurs. We genetically changed them in some way to where
we advanced them
normal size, but they still hunted down other animals. Did you get that understanding? The reason that the animals were extinct is because the dinosaurs came and ate them.
I don't know that I heard that. That's funny.
That's why he's a vegetarian.
If you think about it, really, this is the Super Mario movie.
It is.
It's Koopa's like dream.
It is.
This is what Koopa was fighting for.
This is all he wanted: the equality amongst
all he
his
wanted.
people. That's fair.
You know what? Was he such a bad guy? Was that such a bad movie?
Did you know that most of the yes, it was. Apparently, a lot of the actors thought that the dinosaurs could be computer enhanced dinosaurs.
They weren't. It genuinely looked like I said, it looked almost identical to Dinosaurs, the sitcom.
It did. It looked a lot like that. And, also, Whoopi wanted to leave during the production, and apparently she said that from the final day of shooting to the first day of shooting, about 99% of the crew was different. So people have just been like, no, and just left.
Like we've talked about before, that writing can be awful, but like it's not like she brings a lot in the acting realm, in my opinion. Like she's never been a super great actor. I mean, I know she's really well known for the color purple, but other than that, like I know we know what movies she's been in, but are they like, man, this was the like? Don't get me wrong, Sister Act was worth seeing, but it's not like, fuck yeah, that's on my top 10 list ever.
And Ghost. People love her for Ghost, man.
Yeah.
Remember Ghost?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up where this was compared to Sister Act. Like, did this bring along one another?
Man, she's been acting for a long ass time.
Yeah.
I guess she was the voice in Lion King. I forget that she did Shinzi.
She was in Little Rascals. She was Buckwheat's mama.
She's apparently in Rugrats. Rugrats the movie. I do remember her being Buckwheat's mom.
Yeah, this was after Sister Act. And Eddie, remember Eddie? Oh man. So you want to talk? You want to talk '90s? You talk Whoopi.
Right. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, there's not. She doesn't have a high horse to stand on.
Well.
She was in a movie called Pinocchio 3000. Like
the top ones we named, Ghost and The Color Purple, and I mean Sister Act gets its cred,
I guess.
But yeah, no, this is. I will say,
like Pat Morita being like, I didn't fucking like that movie. If he said he didn't like the movie because the writing was bad, I'd be like, fuck you, Pat, just do it. If he said like, I didn't like it because Jay Leno was the most racist piece of shit in the world when we did this, then I'd be like, okay, it makes sense, I get it. I'm there with you.
So, I have a little fun fact for you. Whoopi made a verbal agreement to do this film back in 1993. It came out in 95. She tried to back out, and the producer, Richard Gilbert Abramson, sued her for $20 million. The suit was settled when she agreed to do the movie for $7 million, which is $2 million more than she originally agreed to. This was it was received so poorly. This was the most expensive straight to video movie at that time, at least, sitting on $33.5 million.
Jesus Christ. I mean, fuck.
For a perspective, because the movie's so terrible, just so you have an idea.
Yeah.
The Usual Suspects, Seven, Clueless, Toy Story, Casino, Babe, Apollo 13, and Braveheart all came out the same year this movie came out. I like to do that. I like to put a comparison to, like, you like this movie? Look at this movie.
Were there any positives that came out of this for you?
I laughed, but it wasn't for good reasons. One of the things, it happens several times. One of the things that was really weird to me is that Theodore would talk, right? And he'd be talking to someone, and then he would just, like, mentally snap and start yelling at them. You remember that?
Yeah, he was, she had a phrase for it. He was going hormonal. She kept saying that, and I'm like, is he a fucking teenager?
He was talking to Whoopi, and he was like, yeah, that's why, you people aren't doing anything. You heard me say it? I was like, whoa, fuck.
The thing that was awkward for me was every once in a while, like, it almost felt like it was a blooper, but we just kept it in because they played it well enough. But, like, whoever's inside the bodysuit, like, would whip his tail around. It would hit Whoopi, and she'd kind of have to, like, awkwardly step over it and deal with it. And every once in a while, she'd make noises about it. She'd be like, like, I don't know. Like, it felt very Super Mario movie. Like, everybody just had to be drunk on the stage or on the set to be fucking filming this thing. Yeah,
for sure. So I'm curious. Did they go to Whoopi and were like, "Hey, we want you to be like we want you to do a buddy cop movie, and you're gonna be paired with a dinosaur?" And she's like, "Oh, so like an old guy who like can't like get with the times?" Mm-hmm. And they were like, "No, not that. I
mean, they had Turner and Hooch, and that did well.
They did, and that's on the list. Don't you worry. Man, did you like how it told? Just in case, I guess you wanted to leave the movie in the middle of it, or if you just wanted to turn it off, the first 20 seconds it explains the villain and what his plan is. We did it, and then we played it out anyway, as if it was a big reveal.
It was a big surprise. I shit my pants when they said he was gonna. When he opened
do the thing, I don't remember.
He had a whole arc full of frozen people or frozen DNA.
He did.
And he wanted Molly. God, every scene with Molly in it made me want to fucking stab my eyes out and my ears. Honestly, my ears. I respect that woman, and I'll be all honest. I understand that she has credibility. I only recognize her from fucking Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Carol Kane?
Yeah. It's the only thing I recognize her.
Oh man, she's done so much.
I know. I'm willing to understand this. I clearly missed the mark on this lady, but
she was in Princess Bride, at least.
Yes.
I thought you'd maybe give her that credit. Nope. Fucking
no. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I didn't recognize her, and I wouldn't have put two and two together.
Right.
I looked at her IMDb since, and I saw that there are things that I clearly should have been like, oh, she's in this. Wouldn't have pegged it, but. The moment I heard her voice, I was like, "Oh, that's the lady from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt." It was like she hated her life when she read her lines.
Well, who didn't in this one?
But they tried to make this really awkward. This is okay. So this is a weird '90s thing, and I'm noticing this in everything we review in the '90s. If it's geared towards children, if it's PG and below, we have the most awkward forced romances that don't need to ever happen. Kids aren't worried about that shit. Kids aren't like, man, is that dinosaur going to get it fucking on with that other dinosaur? Nobody cares.
One that stands out to me the most, I think, from just personal memory, is Lola Bunny. Like, we really pushed for
Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Or
she was at least human.
Fair. But even Venus, from Ninja Turtles, we have the Next Mutation. I had to throw that in there, just make sure everybody knows it's in the Next Mutation.
Check it out.
Watch it. I had to get drunk to watch it. But that's my point. Like, I don't know what it is, but like in the 90s, they were real concerned with like, hey, we need to have a romance. Like, I watched a documentary the other day, and it was even talking about, like, Hello Kitty. At one point in the 90s, they were like, but does she have a boyfriend? And they're like, no, it doesn't have a fucking boyfriend. That's like a little tiny cat. What the fuck are you people talking about? But, like, for whatever reason in the 90s, we're like, yeah, everybody needs to have somebody.
So you liked it? You didn't like it? You thought it was good? It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, honestly.
Theodore Rex?
Yeah.
No, it was exactly what I expected a 90s kids movie to be. It wasn't terrible, but it was rough to watch.
It was stupid. It was stupid as fuck.
But, like, it did all the same tropes that every other fucking movie did back then.
Who do you think fed his dog? Because this all wasn't in one night, right? It went to the next day.
Yeah, I think it was
also,
like 2 nights.
Leave it to me to try to give this movie more credit. I thought this kid was going to be like her son. The kid that she's like, the young youth that she's helping. Yeah. Nah. Because he was always like, oh, my dad's over here. My dad's over here. I thought, I don't know, man. I tried to make it good. And it wasn't so bad. I hated his shoes. Oh, my God, I hated his shoes. And they went from, like, red to black to red to black. I don't know if you noticed that.
You didn't like the 3 pairs of shoes into one shoe?
Oh, my God, it was so stupid. At first, I didn't notice it, and I was like, why is he pulling out 6 pairs of shoes? And I was like, oh, no.
Why'd they make my man get in a fucking garbage truck?
You happy? You happy up back here? I'm like, oh, okay. And then the stupid car with the tail, I guess it makes sense. I mean,
that one made me happier than the fucking garbage truck. Like, fuck, I'd be so pissed. How long have they been around that, like, they're operating in society? You're telling me they don't have some kind of mode of transportation? And now that this guy is a villain, I guess we're just never going to bring back any of the other animals to bring back all those wonderful animals. And if we bring back the animals, do we bring them back like humanoid, or do elephants get to be elephants again? Good point. Do we ever talk about the fact that there was that weird ass dinosaur that kept hitting on Whoopi? Oh man, he was so aggressive, and he just kept making weird noises. Why is it that Theodore can talk but the rest couldn't? He was. I just think we didn't talk to them. Oh, okay. They're all different from their scales. You can tell. Yeah, it was weird. The last small fact I have is that William Boyett, who was the desk sergeant, this was his final film. And how would you like for this to be your final film? How would you like to stamp that resume with? What's the last movie you did? You want to know my second to last? Because I'll tell you that one proudly before I tell you fucking Theodore Rex. Can I throw a fun fact at you? Someone that I recognized? Because we didn't talk about the greatest character in this entire movie. Please, give it to me. The Toy Maker. Did you recognize him? No. He was in Big Trouble in Little China. That's Rain. I was like, I know this guy. I was like, he's one of those fucking guys he's Rain, Thunder, or fucking Lightning. And I'm like, let me go look it up. And yeah, he's Rain. I'm not even that mad at him because what else is on his resume? He did. Apparently he was in a couple things, but he was in The Golden Child. You remember The Golden Child? With Eddie Murphy? God. Although I put you like, you did Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. If you only did one ever movie your whole life and it was Big Trouble in Little Chinatown, I'd be like, man, I respect you. But if you were like, I did Big Trouble in Little Chinatown and Theodore Rex, I'd be disappointed. Damn. I wouldn't go for your autograph. I'd be like, yeah, it's fine. There's that guy. We don't ever need to speak again. We're fine. He did something called Homeboys in Outer Space, and I don't remember that. Well, I need to know. It's a TV series, apparently. Oh, well, I don't have that kind of time. So, at the end of this, do you think that this movie is one hell of a cop, or should it turn in its badge and gun? It needs to turn in its badge and gun, and its biotech. Just rip that fucker out of her head. Sorry. What? I agree. I wish it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But we're not doing a rating system. If you have left and right, it's on the right. It can't go left. In the end, it's a villain in my world. In the world of this is it's not going to work for me. It's a dirty cop. But I'm sure you're glad you saw it. I'm so glad I saw it. Let me tell you a little story. I tried to get Jennifer to watch it because it's on YouTube for free, but it looks like shit. And Jennifer was like, I'll watch this, but I can't watch it like this. So we drove to Hearst
to a movie trading company and bought it on DVD. So I own it now. All right, so we're definitely going to continue this branch off of the Podcasting Crime. If you have any suggestions, please let us know. We will be more than happy to oblige. And if not, we're going to keep the trade going anyway, whether you like it or
Suckers.
not.
I'm not being held here against my will.
Don't worry, I don't use the actual video. I just use the audio, so you're good.
Son of a bitch, you guys can't see me blinking. Save me!
Okay, bye.
Bye.
After gathering all the evidence and careful investigation, this was not a tough case to crack. Not as bad as we remember, but there is no mistaking it. We're going to have to ask this movie to turn in its badge and gun. Case closed.